And a very good welcome back to you to the World Championship Series Europe Premier League for 2014. Wow, we've got a rowdy crowd all of a sudden. We are ready for our final matchup of the evening, and it's going to be a TVT. It's going to be Jack G versus Daishi. Let's just confirm with you via the bracket to show you exactly how these two players arrived in the lower bracket final. Dual tournament format, of course. Jack G and Snoop met in the upper bracket final. Snoop advancing on to the quarterfinals, and then in the lower bracket, we've just seen Daishi take out Grubby 2-0 for the third consecutive time in a few weeks. 3 out of 3. For Daishi versus Grubby. Very impressive, I thought, in that game.
Daishi?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say so as well. After seeing that first game being a bit wacky, a bit crazy, and then the second game back to a bit of normality, that was good for him. And now he has an interesting little...
He does have a bit of a conundrum now, because he takes on a very, very highly rated Korean Terran who finished 6th in the GSL, or what is now the GSL, WCS Korea last year. Just looking at their statistics is eye-opening enough. 53% win rate for Daishi TVT, 65.9 for Jack G overall in Hull of the Swarm TVT. It's over 70% right now TVT for him. Is there any hope for the Frenchman in this game, or are we looking at possibly the biggest David versus Goliath match this week?
I think there is hope for him. I will admit in saying that I don't know a huge amount about how these guys open in TVT. But if anything, like yesterday is to look at and kind of take inspiration from and stuff, there are opportunities for people in Terran versus Terran, if your opponent is opening with something a little bit more aggressive, to hunker down and then try and kind of deal with that. Likewise, of course, if you're taking the aggressive route, it really does rely on your step-by-step plan in that aggression. So if, for example, your Banshees are going to do well, then your Siege Tanks and Marines are more likely to do well from there on if you're going to go for that push before your command center as well. So again, I don't know how they're going to open, but there is hope. There is hope.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows how they're going to open right now. The interesting thing as well is that we've seen both of them playing in their other matchups, but we haven't seen them playing this matchup, and neither of them have met before. So we've got very little to go on here right now. We're kind of scratching the surface as to, who we might think might come out. But on form, you've got to fancy Jack G, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I think, Daishi goes into this the clear underdog. But crazier things have happened.
And buoyed by the last game against Grubby, presumably. Not TVT, but it's TVP. He's just beaten Grubby and taken Grubby out. He's got to be buoyed by that.
I think if you want to look at the most recent results against Koreans for Daishi, the last 2 Koreans he beat were San 2-1 in the round of 32, and then Jaedong 2-1 in the Warrior Invitational. Now, aside from that, hasn't really beaten too many Korean Terrans as of late in that grand scheme of things. So maybe that'll be a bit of a hindrance.
All right, well, we're about to see whether Kalaris' 100% record stays intact. He picked Jack G and Snoop to go through. Not particularly that order, but he definitely picked those two, and he was 100% right yesterday. Let's go over to 2 men who are also doing rather well on the predictions. Our commentary team for our final match is Apollo and Todd.
Thank you very much, guys, and welcome once and for all for the casting of the last game here in Group B. And what a game we have. A Terran versus Terran, a Frenchman versus a Korean, to find out who will go through in second place from tonight's group.
Daishi, as much as he claims TVT to probably be his weakest, well, actually, that might be his TVP, but he often complains about TVT. His last 3 encounters versus Korean Terrans, he actually lost to MMA in the Wear.com Invitational, my little tournament, as you like to call it. It was very, very close games. He took it down to the last map. Then he beat Innovation in ATC, and he beat Revenge. So he's not done too bad against Korean Terrans in recent times. But now going up against Jack G, a guy who beat down Port in Sao Paulo. You remember that? How do you beat this guy in TVT? It's going to be pretty hard.
Well, a couple of winks here, a couple of blinks there, and maybe he can find a way. This is going to be a difficult game, no doubt. Very interested to see how this is going to play out. With Terran versus Terran, so aggressive and so on point with execution and timings. I'm super excited to see. So we have Altazim and Daedalus Point. 2 difficult maps just overall to play. Altazim super big, Daedalus Point.
We see Mech from either, and on what map?
I don't know. I haven't watched any of these guys play TVT in quite a while. If anyone, I fear it might be Daishi to play mech. And the reason for that is his vetoes make a lot of sense for getting rid of maps that aren't so good for mech, Altazim and also Daedalus. Polar Knight, I think, was first there from Daishi, maybe. I think so. Yeah, I would say Daishi, I think. Jackji's more of a bio player in my eyes, but I don't know. It definitely could both play, whatever.
Who the hell wears red pants?
Daishi, Stefano, Bling, and Rotterdam.
Only the coolest guys in the community.
That's right, and Daishi's definitely making a name of himself today, picking up a couple of extra fans along the way, as his cheeky little behaviour styles are shining through. But as you can see, 50% against Terrence so far in WCS. A coin flip coming into this series, as the stats would say. Not quite as simple as that. It is his first time in the round of 16, and he is making a bit of a splash.
Has not achieved a top placing tournament in France. Actually, even in France, yeah, I feel like he's been struggling a little bit more in France rather than in the European community. Like when he plays European tournaments, especially team leagues. Back in the days when the ATC had just started, he was all killing teams left and right, and even very, very strong teams. Whereas in France, he's had a tougher time making his mark. In the French Championship, he's never won it. He's won underdogs at least once or twice, but out of a few participation, he lost in the last one 0-4 in the final. So not always done the best there, but when it counts, when he travels to big tournaments, he's had some good results against some very, very good players. That's where he finds the most motivation. Similarly to Stefano, who didn't even play French tournaments at the time because he didn't have time to waste.
Why would he waste his time there when they could be making the big bucks elsewhere? Jack G preparing for his Hurricane strategies here as he sellotapes his mouse pad down and is taking his shoes off, so he's locking in tight for the long run. And 40% coming in for Jack G in Terran versus Terran. Not the best stats for these two players. Definitely haven't done super successful in their matchups here. But these two players now in just a best of 3. For anyone that maybe, kind of that my joke went over the head when it came to the Hurricane strategies and stuff of Jack G, is that he was taping his mouse pad down because when they play at this level that we're going to see is they move pretty fast with the hands and mouse. So sometimes that mouse pad can move, and of course you never, ever, ever want to be adjusting it. Yeah, you don't want it to go off the table, and you don't want to have to adjust it from the position it's in. It's there for a reason. And now they prepare for battle. First map, Polar Knight. Is it going to be Mind Sanity's player? He does have that golden pin on his shirt. Of course, a champion of the GSL back in November 2011. It's been a long time since he's won a tournament. Maybe
if you look
this
at the
season
previous,
could be him.
if you look at the previous champions of WCS Europe, the caliber, it was Dog, MMA, MVP. I think Jack G, the way he's playing now, definitely of the caliber of that one guy that could actually win the whole thing here.
Just needs to get out this group first, and he's playing against a Frenchman here. Definitely a player that can be very dangerous in the way that he seems to be playing today. Is that he's kind of going into this more, from what I can feel, is Daishi normally is a guy that uses his builds the standard way to play and will play the game out the way it's meant to be played. But today seems to just have a bit more swag in his game and just kind of being a bit more relaxed. I think he realizes that he is playing maybe in not his best shape, and it's maybe relaxed him a little bit to just kind of go freestyle a little bit more. You
know what I think was really good about his play today? He didn't put any pressure on himself. He just said, you know what? If I don't make it, then be it. I'm just going to try some things, and I'm going to try a double Rax versus Snoot. I'm going to try my Hellion build versus Grubby. If it doesn't work out, then too bad. It works like against both. And now, going up against Jack G, do you think he tries for something like that again?
Definitely could do. Or it could work in the reverse way, where he kind of comes back to reality and is like, wait a minute, I only have a best of 3 and I'm in the round of 8 here. So he could start to play serious again. So I think we'll have to find out more so what he's going to use here. But one best of 3 now to finish and wrap up this evening, where we will have 4 out of the 8 players already qualified for the quarterfinals of the Europe Premier League. And down here at the bottom with his 3 stars and his Millennium badge pin, it's Daishi. And up to the north of Polar Knights, playing the North Pole, it's Jack G, who has had a very interesting career. We talked a little bit about his victory in 2011, but 2012, not quite the same person. Had a bit of a decline in results. And then 2013 started to spike up again, joined Mindsanity. Then the next thing we know, he's finished top 6 in the World Championship Series in Korea, going through some very good players. Innovation, a player he went through. Sue, a player he went through. First, a player that he went through on his way to a top 6 finish. Barely missing out on going to Canada. But here we have him now switched officially regions, living in Switzerland, playing in Europe now, and has opened up for a gas first here.
Both of them.
Yeah. Aggression versus aggression. Usually it benefits, I would say, the more defensive player, but also what used to happen a lot, and especially during the Hellbat days when we used to have a lot of Hellbats versus Hellbat drops, is the player who was able to multitask better would win, because they'd both be attacking but also both be defending, and the player that could manage both usually came out on top, and that may be something we see here.
The Hellbat days.
Oh man, every single game. I remember, I think there was one game, it could have been even on this map, where Flash was so determined not to use them, or Innovation, they had like 3 turrets, a bunker around, just all in the mineral line before the 10-minute mark to prevent the Hellbats from dropping into the mineral lines. But, yeah.
Actually, with a little bit of a later factory here, just maybe because of his earlier scouts, lost a little bit of money on that.
Yeah, just 5 seconds shorter. But he gets the more... I would like the slower factory, but the information that you know he's going for this.
Yeah, because Daishi's not going to know.
Yeah, Daishi has no idea what he's playing against. This could be Command Center first, for all he knows, with an SCV scout. So I like Jack G's position a little bit more in this case.
Why did he come back in there?
Second gas, yeah.
He starts the second gas in front of the SCV. And when that SCV is so fast, he's actually kind of losing the tail of the Marine for a second. But no, he's going to get taken down. He cancels the second gas.
Ooh.
Being cheeky in game as well.
Oh,
as in real life.
That's an in-game wink, that one. But I wonder how Jack G's going to play this out. Jack G has a decision to make. Is he can still go Banshees, but also maybe throw down an Engineering Bay and get turrets in anticipation for Banshees of his own. Or he could just go straight to Raven.
Yeah, if he goes to Raven, it's kind of bad, right?
Yeah, it's bad in this case.
There's not going to be Cloak for Daishi.
Yeah, it's bad in this case, yeah.
Then it backfires, like PDD is like the most important thing in the game.
Hellions and Marines have been made from Daishi after cancelling that, so he's very gas limited, just on 1 gas, but still has that fast factory, so we'll be looking at a bit of a duo drop. It's usually, or actually, no, I won't say usually, it kind of depends. Sometimes you drop the Hellions in the main base and run in with the Marines. Sometimes you run in with the Hellions and then drop the Marines. But what is Jack G going to go for?
Jack G always pulls his
he's
first,
going for Raven.
Sometimes second mule away from the minerals, instead of wasting some minerals. A penny saved is a penny earned. And he's going to go for a Raven.
You smart man, yeah.
How do you think a Raven helps against this?
You got an auto turret, but that's it. It's not ideal. Let's just say that.
Is he even going to have it, though? Look how fast this is. Not even at the 6th minute, and he's halfway through the map.
If he builds 2 Hellions now, he's in... Oh, he's switching over. 2 Hellions would have been nice. So this is difficult, yeah. But he's misread into it because Daishi tricked him with the second gas here. Yeah. But he does see it. I mean, an SCV spots this, so he's got a little bit of a heads up. But obviously not a lot, because these Marines that Jack G's going to have are not going to get healed. Obviously, there's no medivac, and also the Hellions.
2 SCVs with this.
Well, 1 turret's going to be all he can have, and the turret's there. It's going to help out. It's got a lot of damage output and a lot of hit points, but there are healing abilities from Daishi and Hellions.
Oh my god, Daishi has done so much damage. He's going to kill more SCVs now.
Yeah, he's going to get to the SCV line, and this is pretty good. Jack G does pop out with a Hellion, but immediately roasted, and there's just nothing. That 1 gas trick.
Is this game? The Banshee? Oh, he's not a Banshee actually. He's getting a Viking.
I think it's pretty much close to being game Todd. Let's put it that way. Everything is dying. It's a brutal game here. And Daishi, with his YOLO, #YOLO swag attitude, picks up game number 1. Just like that.
Oh my god.
Just like that. He's on fire. He can't be stopped. He's like, yeah, here we go. That's right. You love it. I can't be stopped if I wink every game.
This is so cool, man.
I was very surprised actually. He has this really cool attitude to playing.
Yeah.
I think I was watching his games against Grubby, or maybe against Snoot actually at the Seat Story Cup, and I was watching the games. I looked and I was watching the stream more so than the games, and then it had a shot of Daishi, and I was like, wait a minute, is that a beer? And I was like, yes, he's playing in the quarterfinals against Snoot while drinking beer, just like he was playing World of Warcraft or EVE or something in
Like
the
a young
evenings.
Stefano.
Just really relaxed attitude about playing, and it was really nice to see. But
It was
back
probably a
up,
beer without alcohol, though. Nobody actually drinks beer while playing. And
apart from
Stardust,
Daishi.
Stardust has
Back
a
up.
few words here with Jack G.
That's really funny that Stardust shows. The only thing I can imagine, because I know Penguin is here, and here's actually the last couple of moments of this game from both players here. So let's have a quick look at this before I go on to it. And yeah, cheeky grin coming out from Daishi. The only thing, when I saw Stardust then, the first thing that popped to my mind was that Penguin, who helps like coach and manage the team, who's here with Jack G, as soon as Jack G lost in the initial series, was like, all right, on the phone, Stardust, get on the first flight here now. We need backup. We need support. And all of a sudden, Stardust is in time for the final game of the evening.
Daishi's face kind of reminds me of Paul from Tekken. Do you agree?
I can't remember Paul's face.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He has
no,
like
I'm
that
not
cool
kidding you.
hair and
I'm
stuff?
serious. Oh, the like the super straight
yeah.
up hair. Let me just quickly Google. And I'm gonna just. Let me look at his face. Wait.
Daishi's trademark is going to be doing
Yeah, he does. If
right.
he gels his hair up.
He should do that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Right, he should. Maybe there'll be a gif about Daishi's Tekken Paul hair. I do agree with you, though. I do think that. All right, time for Daishi to go in map number 2 here against Jack G, who has performed so well already this year. Already ranked 6th in the World Championship Series ranking.
Not wasting any time.
Not wasting any time. He's travelled to 3 major tournaments already, and we're only in March. Up here to the top right, playing for Team Millennium. Could be going through in second place here if he wins this. It's Daishi. And then on the other side of the map, on Frost, is the blue Terran player here, playing for My Insanity. Now backed up by Stardust, it's Jack G.
Daisho versus Jackie, man. The showdown.
Daisho versus Jackie. Yeah,
First one
Jack
who
G.
blinks dice.
The first one who winks dice.
Well, we both know who that would be.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack G has been busy this year. He played in Sao Paulo, got a top 4. He played in Cologne, got a top 8, and then went to Poland and got another top 8. So quite a successful campaign for him so far this year, racking up those WCS points already, putting him 6th. But we have, I think that is...
Gas 12 for both players.
Gas 12 for both players, which means Reaper from both players.
Daishi, with the nice opener that he had, he kind of tricked his opponent.
Yeah.
Jack G really didn't completely misread the situation.
It's
I feel
funny.
like one of the things that Jack G could have done better is put a unit in the middle of the map to see this Medivac coming.
Yeah. Also, I think Daishi did get a little bit lucky because Jack G had gone for the same build and it adapted.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it-
second barracks.
Yeah, this actually becomes pretty interesting because obviously, let's do the math. 1 Rax Reaper is not as good as 2 Rax Reaper because there's going to be a few more Reapers. It becomes... so what ends up happening here?
Oh, he's going to get the second barracks himself? No.
No.
That's the...
If the Reaper here from Daishi, which has a scout going to the bottom right, which means the Reaper should go top left, if he runs into the other Reaper or Reapers and instantly loses it,
Yeah.
then it's almost game over.
So you think Jack G's counting on this because it's a 4-players map? Maybe.
I think it's a 4-player map. You can still see late gases being taken, like 15 gas with only 2 Marines, which then you still have a window to do damage with extra Reapers. I think he's just looking to definitely catch Daishi off guard.
Oh,
with
wow.
whatever
He goes
does.
around, actually. He doesn't go through the middle of the map. He
This
could
is-
go up that ramp and see that. I think he's going to see that
Well,
second
this is.
barracks.
I think this could be worse for Daishi because Jack G can come behind. He can like flank with a Reaper.
Yeah, but then can he kill it with like some nice moving shots?
It depends on how many shots are dealt here. He sees 1 Rax and sees 2.
Yeah, I don't think he's not going to stick around, man.
Yeah.
He's Daisho.
He's Daisho, and Jack G's hunting it down. He's going up north now, so it's 1 Reaper straight into an expansion. Daishi needs that factory out. He needs support here. As there are going to be quite a few. There's a limited window for damage, but he's caught this one Reaper. He needs to get up into the main base ASAP.
Oh!
He caught it. That's pretty big. That is pretty big. And now it's 3 Reapers versus 1 and a Marine. There's going to have to be SCVs pulled. They have to help. That was really big catching that Reaper.
Yeah, he needs Hellions to really help with this, but Jack is going straight for the main. He's going for the middle line. He's going for the throat, man. He's going for the eye.
Yeah, just go straight for the Reaper. Good micro here from both players, but 2 Reapers. Oh, actually, Daishi keeps it alive. He keeps it alive. Oh, my gosh.
Oh!
No way. He keeps the Reaper alive. That was 3 versus 1 with a couple of SCVs buffering for him. And all of a sudden, Daishi's found himself in a position where he's about to have a Hellion out. That was pretty slick. But he did lose an SCV to an SCV on the natural, though. That kind of nullifies it a little bit, but that was nice.
He salvaged the situation very well. He's only 2 walkers behind, but he's going to have a little bit of an earlier expansion. Okay.
Yeah, he can lose a couple of SCVs here, I imagine, because he's got that faster command center. But there is a Hellion here now. Going to have to maybe pull an SCV or 2 here, or 8. He's going to get a surround, maybe. They get
this
away.
is all going to escape. And the mule was pulled as well, so Jackie making the most of the... Oh, nice. Oh, my God. He winked while he shot that.
I bet he did. We just missed that. 2 Hellions, though, out, and there's going to be a 3rd one. There are still 4 Reapers, though. And with some good micro, as we've seen from Liquid Bunny yesterday, can very easily pick off these units and then go heal and come back in again.
Well, there's already two Hellions and a 3rd one on the way. It's going to be tough for Jackie, I was going to say. For Jackie, yes.
Another SCV, though. Like, every little bit helps here.
With the starport, do you think Daishi goes for a similar attack that he did in the previous game? Maybe hoping that's
could do.
Behind this, Jack G went for the factory.
Yeah, not with 2 barracks though. Usually the follow-up is going to be like 2 barracks command center, then usually continue on the barracks production.
Wouldn't it be the sickest metagame if you went for Meg behind this?
Yeah, somehow a Banshee just appears in his base. It's like, oh wait, what?
Reapers into Banshee. Only Bomber will go for this kind of thing.
Scan goes down from Jack G perfectly there and spots the double gases, the starport, and then Tech Lab.
Combat Shield first.
Daishi's playing games everywhere.
Yeah.
He had a Tech Lab and was like, yeah, you know, it looks like I could go for Banshees here. And then just cancels it and goes 3 command centers. That's pretty bold.
What do you make of the Combat Shield first? You think Jack G wants to commit to a huge... Oh, this is going to be scanned.
Combat Shields
Daishi sees everything. He sees the eBay.
Yeah, he sees 4 barracks. Combat Shields is better to defend when you don't have Vikings out against Banshees. Because if you try to go stim, it's 2 hits to kill a Marine. It's just a little bit safer, but less aggressive from Jack G.
Wow, these aliens and those Reapers really across each other here, waiting for somebody to make the first move.
Imagine if one of them could have binoculars. They would spot each other.
What would they be called then, though?
The Hellions would go for it. Imagine if they got out the car and...
took off their jacket and shirts. It's going down.
Showdown on Frost. So basically Daishi's playing a pretty greedy style here. 3 command centers pretty early. He's got no defense other than those and Hellions. But then again, Jack G opened up kind of safe, going combat shields first instead of stim. So it's not like Jack G's going to be naturally able to punish this.
Okay, he sends a single... Oh, wow, the last second actually.
Yeah.
He sent a single Reaper. Even those trees couldn't handle the hit, man. Not everybody can handle the hits.
No.
You know what I mean?
Only Daisho. I do like Daishi's position, though. He should be able to go over to Blue Flame pretty fast here with his factory gun onto Tech Lab and then just start to produce Hellions and maybe add in a couple of tanks here and there. Probably a scan. Oh, nice from Jack G.
Yeah.
Actually sees that he's in a much worse position than he probably thought he was. Sees 3 command centers and Daishi returns the favor and looks over.
You want to play those games with me?
Oof.
You scan me, I'll scan you, and I have 3 CCs, so I don't really care.
And Daishi's like, oh, that's pretty good. He's got combat shields already. Unless he's got Sim 2, then Daishi's probably scared a little bit, but this is pretty
Blue
good.
Flame, so let's just say that combat shields
not
going to do too much, because you don't want to get all that many Marines.
Yeah, but there are Marauders there too, so...
Yeah, double Tech Lab for Jack G, so...
If Daishi can survive a couple more minutes, I think he'd find himself in decent shape. This is going to be hard with just a couple of Hellions. A Raven's coming in, which isn't useful at all. I guess it is, but it's going to need time.
Oh, the Hellions.
Oh, he's trying to get the Reaper. He didn't even get of them. He traded a lot of those Hellions here. Daishi needs more time. He needs a point defense drone. He needs more units out.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to get it. No, he's only making 1 tank and everything else Hellions.
The Raven's going to be late.
And Blue Flame is late too. Everything's just a little bit late.
He needs to get behind that bunker, let it tank some damage. Jack G is committing to aggression, by the way. 2 extra barracks, no 3rd CC. When he knows that his opponent has a 3rd CC, I think he's going to commit to aggression.
Yeah.
If Daishi realizes that and defends well, I think he's going to be in a great shape. But
Yeah.
does he realize, does he not overextend? It's going to be tough for him.
Yeah, he's got to really just kind of find out where this is. He's got the tank and a bunker on the natural, and then he's going to hopefully have the Hellions around to... because if you drop as a Terran player, of course, units come out one by one. So if he's around close with the Hellions, there's going to be a lot of roasted Marines.
I really like the timing on those extra factories here by Daishi. If he can be on 5 factories against 5 barracks, he's going to be in a great shape.
Yeah.
And still no third command center by Jakji. He's starting 3 depots at a time.
Yeah, and the
Jakji
thing
wants
is,
to commit.
the problem from Daishi is that he doesn't know this, right? So
Oh,
he
the Hellions?
could be overly aggressive a little bit. And yeah,
Who's
2
winking
Hellions. Yeah, who's winking now? It is Jakji. And the thing is as a mech player, you always feel pressured to take a third fast because you know that a bio player should be playing pretty greedy when it comes to his economy. So
you think Jakji's counting on that?
he would like that, yes. If Daishi steps out in the open to try to take his third soon, which he's had that command center for ages, there's a massive opportunity for Jakji to surround and kill.
And cute little turrets in Jakji's main to make sure no drop can get in there, but the SCV was stuck.
Uh-oh, big drop in the main. He scans and sees the army move out. There's a lot of Hellions and tanks gone south. He just drops in the main. Beautiful position, beautiful move by Jakji. And that's a big unload. And this is hard to deal with. Very hard. There's only
Vikings.
2 or 3 tanks.
He has Vikings, so this is not going to escape. He's going to deal with it. Units are coming into the natural. There's a tank there.
Yeah, but this is pretty good from Jakji. He's getting into the SCV line on the natural. Nothing in the main base. If he kills all these SCVs, this is huge. How many is he going to
SCVs?
kill, though?
He's killed 15 in total this game. So
yeah, I
this-
mean, it's decent. There's a lot lost, though, but he's got 5 barracks, so it's quite easy to replenish lost units. If it wasn't 5 barracks, it would be a little bit scarier. And he's also got the option to continue to drop 20 workers.
Yeah, but the big deal here is that Jakji lost his medivacs in all this, so he has to replace them. Right now he has only 2 medivacs. He's getting 2 more. That means he's dropping capability. And Daishi's leaving 3 tanks back in his main.
Yeah.
He knows that this is likely to happen.
Jakji's going to be all over Daishi at this point because Daishi
Yeah.
can never move out until he's locked down defensively. And that's not going to be for a long time here. Another good drop here is going to pull Daishi into the main base, which means the third base could be exposed if there's nothing there, which there isn't. Jakji's ripping him apart with these 5 barracks.
Yeah, I think Daishi has caught up to what's happening. He's getting a turret in his main. He's going to try to secure his third base with some nicely placed tanks. He has the Viking. He's split pretty well. But Jakji is doing a very good job of staying out of the range of all of those tanks that are all over the place.
Yeah, Jakji's killing it. He's on 5 barracks. He's got that 3rd command center. He's at 62 SCVs. He's about to continue with 2-2 upgrades and even just adding on more production facilities, or it should be at least in the next couple of seconds here. Just a really good game from Jakji. I think he identified exactly what he needed to do, and he's executing it perfectly.
Since he's not going for tanks, he has to do this, right? If he waits and plays passively, it's going to be very bad for him.
Yeah, he needs to just be dropping, and looking at weaknesses, because there is a lot of holes right
the natural.
now. There's a hole in the natural, there's more holes in the main, there's always weaknesses on the third. And SCV's just getting picked off left and right. And Daishi's never been able to build a critical mass of units. He's sub 100 supply. Drop on the tanks here, just able to do anything he can. And remember, all this, there's units on the third as well. Just, well, not going to do too much there, unfortunately.
Oh, the Raven. Drop a turret.
Daishi just needs to, hold on, survive. Just keep on trucking away, get those turrets up, stop those drops.
Daishi's going to move out. He's unsieged.
Surely not.
He's bringing the unit down from his main, so I guess he's barely going to leave enough in his main.
He's got 3 turrets or 4 turrets. You only need a couple of tanks to defend usually. That should be enough.
Okay.
And then he's just going to keep around the natural
tower.
third.
I love this.
Yeah. Because that will give him a couple of extra seconds heads up to move back. He shouldn't try to move out though yet. No way. Needs to build up that supply a lot more.
Double starport for Daishi behind this. What do you make of this? BCs, Ravens?
Yeah, he's going to switch to air pretty fast. I didn't notice that. He's going to switch to air.
Vikings first, then what? Banshees? BCs, Ravens?
Yeah, I would say Vikings first, a little bit more. He's got 1 starport already, so he might go 2 Vikings at once, but then probably quite fast BCs here. He's got a great economy, he's got map control, definitely cool move. And there's no air dominance from Daishi. There's 2 Vikings, so it would be a good move to switch to air here.
Daishi needs to be careful here. He's getting towards the middle of the map. Remember that surround that he got on Grubby's army?
Yeah.
On this map, the same thing could happen to him here if he was not careful enough. Jakji with lots of scans, he's being very active. The thing is that path below the main, where Jakji could go through, he will be spotted with this, because there is the sensor tower detecting a lot of this.
Yeah, I really think that if Jakji unloads a lot inside the main base, it still can do a lot. He scans, oh no he doesn't scan, he scans the army actually. He's going to pick off a couple of turrets from the low ground. And he's also moving in, oh the tanks! so exposed. You need the Hellbats in front of the tanks, and 3 or 4 of them go down, and it's always excellent to bring the tank count down. You can't let that climb up.
So that was definitely cost effective.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're trading by all day long.
What is this?
That's not too good there.
Oh, the sensor tower. I thought about it when he made it. I was like, this can be attacked from down there.
Yeah.
We make it just a little bit further. Wouldn't it be funny if we made it in the same place and then canceled after the scan was over and then moved it?
That would be a couple of mind games that just keeps on rebuilding. The problem is when you're trading off like this, it's always good to keep the tank count low, but you have to be very wary of when that push is going to come from the mech player. If you trade off too low, it can easily trigger an attack, and especially because Daishi's now got 15 tanks and 14 Hellbats. That's a lot of units.
Explain something to me. What is the point of making this many Vikings for Jack G right now?
For Jack G?
Yeah.
To overwhelm his opponent's air so they can make the battle cruisers just instantly win. Because there's nothing other than the Vikings that Daishi has for anti-air.
Okay.
And also, if he wins in the air battle, his Medivacs get to live longer too.
But he didn't make the fusion core. He's only making mass Vikings.
He will soon, I think. I don't think he's comfortable to make the switch yet. Like, in PvP, when you make the switch to Tempest, when you go in Colossus, it is risky. So I don't think he's willing to do that quite yet.
I don't know, these hair units of Daishi is very, very few, actually. It's only 2 Vikings and 1 Raven right now. One red hit points Raven.
Daishi's ready to move out. And Viking County's going to walk into that and just instantly die. And the Raven goes down too. And look at this. Jack G just is like, you can't do anything. And a big drop.
You think that's what Jack G's laugh would sound like?
No, probably not.
I think those Vikings were for that, gaining the air control against those Vikings of Daishi and then going for the drop. And he's going to go for it. There's only a single tank there. Good luck.
Yeah,
actually
2 tanks, couple Hellbats, not going to be good enough here. And he does pull units back for the natural, but if he stems back towards the back of the base...
is being dropped as well.
Oh, big moves coming out from Jack G. And he's going to deal out a lot of damage here. Daishi's count is dropping. Below 160 supply, you've got the fusion core coming in now as well.
Oh, the CC on the third. He's taking it off them. He's going to... Oh, he's going to kill it.
Bye-bye. That's a pretty big move there. Pretty big move indeed, stopping the income of Daishi. Is Daishi now going to move out with limited units?
Possibly.
Is he going to sit back and defend and try and rebuild? Because he's been put in a situation where it's...
He needs to fly his main CC to his third base, first of all, because he's got enough gas for now. I guess he remade it. He has another CC near his natural, so could just fly that. But behind his Jack G started 3-3. He's got a 4th base. He's landed mules there. And
he's controlling
those upgrades
this
completely,
He's just controlling it. 4 bases versus limited 2. A drop on the natural as well. Fantastic income. And,
by the way, do you agree with the level 1 ship plating for Daishi here against +3 attack? He got just +2 attack and then he made level 1 ship plating.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what that's for there. I think I usually...
Maybe he didn't have all that much money at the time.
Yeah, he hasn't got much money, maybe. I usually just continue on with +3. The only thing that would make a little bit of help is that it helps out in the Viking War, which he's never going to win anyway, so it doesn't really make that much sense. Maybe just a money issue.
Well, to be honest, he's much more upgraded with the Vikings, but yeah, he's pumping them out of a single starport, which had a tech lab, so it's going to be hard to catch up.
Another drop, another weak point here is going to be exploited by Jack G. I'd love to see a nice, fast, and aggressive bioplay versus mech pulled off successfully here. And just limited, just even a Vespene guys is so
Jack G looks like he's gearing up for an attack. If you look at his bank, it would make sense now to attack and trade and then 3 more starports on the way for Jack G.
When are you going to build these battle cruisers, man? You've got the fusion core. Let's go. Let's see some.
And Daishi is the one actually researching Corvid reactor and getting an additional Raven. Daishi's turtling has not been really good compared to his aggression, man. He's been having a really hard time defending him. Look at that poor tank on the left-hand side. He's like waiting to die. It's like the front line.
It is. It is. Oh, he stims forward.
He goes before 3-3 actually.
There's not enough Hellbats. There's not enough units here. Jack G just steamrolls all these tanks and Thors. Look at how much bio he has. He doesn't care about 3-3.
For Daishi.
It's because he's continued to get dropped there. But good game, well played. A fantastic game from Jack G. Absolutely, really, really solid game. And going to game number 3 between these.
It was really good for Jack G that he identified exactly what he was up against very early on here, and then from there he just attacked all over the place, dropped, and he had this well thought out plan. In the end, Daishi's defense, I have to say, having seen this game as well as Daishi played and plays in general, I feel like he doesn't have much experience with mech. Not nearly as much experience as somebody like Jack G or some of the top Korean Terrans that we see play usually.
Can you remember the last map between these? Can't remember. Because it'll be interesting to start wondering what's going through their minds, because the next map is absolutely that thing they're thinking about now. But yeah, a good game from JackG, just all over the place, trying to show you how to play a tankless bio versus mech, just exploiting lots of weaknesses. But I guess it didn't really help.
Was it Yonsu or...?
Yonsu will see mech again from Daishi, I think, if it's Yonsu. It's Heavy Rain.
No, I was going to say Heavy Rain at first.
Yeah. I mean, Daishi...
Reaper build? Out of either?
Potentially, yeah.
8 gas.
8 gas. Funker tells me it's a great build.
8 tracks, 8 gas.
Yeah, maybe. It's it's pretty dangerous. It does take up a couple of easy wins here and there.
I'm so sad there's no more WCS after. We could have actually explained to people how Funka always warms up for his observing with some ladder games and then rages so much when he loses to 8 racks, 8 gas.
Funka, the most passionate observer there is. Thank you very much for all your commentary and, your observing work.
Well, he's doing commentary through observing, if you think about it.
He is the third wheel, the third leg in our commentary team. All right, so final game of the evening. Is Daishi going to be able to make this work? Or is JackG going to come here and take what he wants? He wants to go high in this tournament and far in this tournament. Are we going to see a Terran move through? The answer is yes, but which one? See that recovery? I almost messed up. Sickest recovery.
Okay, you're the Terran resident here. What do you think we see on this map?
No idea.
Is mech particularly good, or
it's not the best, but it can work because there's a lot of places to exploit while you're trying to build up. But I think it can work. Yeah, I think it will.
You think Daishi's crazy enough to try mech again?
Yes. Yeah, just not as greedy. Yeah. All right. Up here to the top, and Heavy Rain is the Red Terran player, all the way from France today. Probably got a train. Playing for Team Millennium, it's Daishi. And a player who has come here solely to conquer and take all of Europe's prize money. It is My Insanity, travelling from Switzerland, probably got a train as well. It's JackG. Yeah, I think we could see mech. Yeah, we could. I would like to see mech.
Gas
I like
first
mech.
for JackG, whereas we're going to have barracks by Daishi. If Daishi goes for 2 racks and Reapers, is it good against the gas first?
It has an opportunity to be good. A very small window. And if you don't hit that window, then no, it's not good.
Okay.
You need to be very clinical.
So I guess the 3 Reapers is that window.
Yeah. As soon as you get because
if you don't snowball by killing the first Marine and then more.
Because when you go gas first, you only have a handful of Marines, 2 Marines, and maybe 1 Hellion when the factory pops out, which is very weak against a couple of Reapers. So.
Yeah. When you go for that, when you make the second rack, is he going to scout? No, he's just going to scout. Thought he was going to go for racks. Would you go for it on 14? The second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so both players going to scout each other. So it looks like just a standardized Reaper opening here from Daishi versus Gas First. I like the Reaper opening here versus Gas First. You're able to go in, maybe to get a little bit of harassment, spot the second gas and so on, and start to just build your defense up. I'm much more personally a more defensive player, more so than Gas First player. I'm not good enough to be able to attack and defend, you see, so I'll just defend.
On. I saw you play today, you're pretty sick.
Hey. Hey.
Owning nerds left and right before the cast.
Yeah, man. I bring my ladder strategies to the cast.
You're doing the opposite of Funka.
Oh, Funka, man. One day. It's really mean, isn't it, to pick on observers? I got that thread at
can't even answer.
They can't answer. They're just like, God damn it.
He starts typing. Oh, you saw that.
I know you're there. All right, so let's see how this is going to play out. So he's going to have 2 Marines and the third one queued up for this initial Reaper, but the Reaper isn't really here to do damage. It's more so just to get a bit of information. But interestingly enough, there's a second Reaper been made. So the second Reaper here, instead of going Reactor, is because of the scouting information of Gas First.
Oh, this is cool. JackG anticipated that maybe there was going to be a second command center thrown down on the natural. He kept his SCV there and he blocked that. So the command center was forcing me. The Reaper actually not turning around. He could lose an SCV.
Yeah.
Daishi, what are you doing? He's going to wink if he kills it.
Uh-oh. He should be able to kill it. But what this is also was pretty good for Jack G. He saw the second Reaper, which isn't quite normal. You don't really go 2 Reapers like this.
Yeah.
And that was to capitalize on the fact that this was gas first, and maybe that could have been a little bit of exploitation. But
This is a gamble, by the way. The way he's putting his Marines there. If the Reapers enter through somewhere else, this is going to be bad. But if they go through there, which it looks like
he'll
it might
kill
be,
a Reaper if he
at
goes
least
up that
one,
way,
yeah.
unless he flicks back immediately. Oh, he's come on the left-hand side.
Oh,
so
so lucky. He
Yeah.
didn't click. He didn't click up there. He would have lost one for sure.
All right, Jack G's going to punish this with a bit of a counter-attack here. Obviously, when you go Reaper, you're a little bit slower
Yeah.
in your factory and marine production. So
So Jack is gonna be the one that does what Daishi did. in the
he's
first
gonna
game,
go around with his Marines. He's gonna kill both the Reapers. This is really big. He's gonna kill both the Reapers here, and this just means now that Jack G has no reason to be home with his units.
Army supply for Daishi, 0.
Yeah, he's in trouble a little bit here.
He better summon Paul from Tekken to do some punches here, because this is gonna be tough.
He's got 2 Hellions on the way
Bunker.
here.
He should go. He goes for a bunker. What is his placement?
That's
actually?
a
I
little bit
guess
funky.
that's for the drop.
Yeah, but if the drop's on the right-hand side, like just around it's a pretty big open map.
He's
here.
gonna wall off his ramp.
This is
Oh,
scary.
that's
He
smart.
realizes how much danger he's in.
Yeah,
he
he
does
also-
wall off.
But this SCV could be killed. It's even on very low hit points.
Oh, he's going to get in there before the bunker's done. There's only 2 Hellions, 2 more on the way. 2
These 2
Hellions and a
Paul
Marine.
SCVs.
There's Hellions supporting this. Jack G, this could be his way into the quarterfinals here. And through
Oh
small
my
little
God.
scenarios at the start of the
38
game.
seconds out of 40 on that bunker.
Oh,
2
this
seconds
is-
later, and this would have been finished.
Oh, and this looks like game number 1 that we saw on Polar Night, but in reverse situations. All the SCVs come off. And Daishi, who's had a marvellous run in this tournament, needs to hold on for absolutely everything that he's worth here. Oh, no, the SCVs! Oh, God, all right, well, you're done. Oh, man, that sucks, losing your SCVs like that. He's down to 8. 8 SCVs remaining compared to 25. He can throw all of his aggressive units away, Jack G, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, and Jack G started a Banshee and a Cloak behind this. He's gonna follow this up very, very nicely with even more aggression.
Yeah, great. First of all, I think it was a fantastic trap from Jack G on the Reapers, moving down with the Hellions, moving down with the Marines on the natural, then the Hellions in the main to trap them, and then beautiful counterattack. Daishi needed those two Reapers to stay alive. 8 SCVs to 27. Looks like
No winking. He's gonna get him out of this one, man.
no winking today, Sunshine. Not going to help you out here. A donation from Jack G potentially, unless he picks up, which he does.
That looked funny. He dropped, picked up, and then.
But do you know what's going to be
Who's doing?
really bloody annoying is a Cloak Banshee, man. They
Yeah.
may just GG now. It kind of sucks.
He has
you,
the
like,
eBay actually, but didn't make a turret. No money.
It's Cloak. It's every SCV's going to die here. And Daishi's probably just thinking, like, I hate my life right now. There's a scan, but he can even get out of that scan, I think, if he wants. He's just actually targeting down the SCVs. There are 4 SCVs remaining.
Where are they?
I have no idea. Jack G
Oh, they're in the
is-
minivac. He's gonna drop them.
Oh my god, what is this? Alright, it's time for the 3 SCV attack. Attack with everything you have, Daishi. This is your last hope. All or nothing. Let's go! And oh god, there's a tank. That's not going to work here, unfortunately, for Daishi. And Jack G, congratulations, buddy. You go into the quarterfinals. Everything is dead. Daishi's not building anything. He's only at 6 supply here. And it is the Korean from My Insanity. Congratulations, GG. Jack G goes to the top 8.
GG Jackie.
GG Jackie. Congratulations to Jack G. He's got what he wanted from today. But a good performance here from Daishi.
He'll be back stronger and better.
Let's hope so. Of course, every player in the round of 16 is guaranteed to be in the Premier League for next season. But Jack G continues on. He grabs extra WCS points through being in 16th place, just being in the top 16. $3,000, 200 points, moving up a level. An extra $2,000 and an extra 200 WCS points. And Jack G's massive mission for this year, going to the global finals, is going rather well so far. Currently top 6 in the WCS ranking. And now he's top 8 here today, which means if you look at his results from his past couple of tournaments, top 4, top 8, top 8, and another top 8 here.
If Jack G actually wins this tournament or keeps on going further, I think he's going to be like 1st or 2nd. Life could be in there too because he's still in WCS Korea. And he's just right above Jack G in 4th place right now. This is very important. I feel like if he wins this tournament, he's basically already qualified. And we're only kind of at the start of the year still. So that's That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, he's doing very, very well here, Jack G, and let's hope he can continue on. But that has our now 4 players for the quarterfinals completed as Jack G joins Snoot. And now it does look like Jack G is ready for his post-match interview. So, Red Eye, take it away.
Thank you. Jack G, congratulations. That was a very tough match for you. First match.
Yes.
Were you expecting that, or was that totally, you were like shocked?
Pro night?
Yeah, first night. First game.
Oh, I did scout his space. He took second gas. So I think, he clock bench or Raven, but he Marine Helion Medpack. So very big damage. So GG. But last game, again, I use Marine Medpack, Helion build, win, so strong.
So it's all good, really. In the end, all good. Yeah. Okay. So, round of 8.
Yes.
You're through now. It's great, right? It's great. It's good.
Yes, it's good.
Easy peasy now, round 8.
No, not easy peasy. So hard.
Okay. Of all the players you've seen, Snoot today was very strong. Vortex, very strong. MMA, pretty strong. You don't want to play any of these.
Yes, but all player very strong. But round of 8 is very good round. So no problem. I win everybody.
Really?
Every player.
Okay, so Jack G, too strong.
Yes.
All right. Okay, good. Well done. That's a good game and very well played. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack G, and thank you so much to him for doing the interviews in English as well, because trust me, if we were doing it in Korean right now, I wouldn't be understanding anything. Let's get a quick wrap-up from the 3 guys at the table who are going to take us through exactly what's happened in a thrilling Group B.
Thank you very much, Red Eye. And Todd and myself ran through the multiple different studios, jumping over nerds left and right, tables and chairs, and we made it here to the wrap-up table here. So, first of all, Kalaris, what are your thoughts on today's Group B? It's been a good day. It's been a long day, a good day.
Yeah. Games have been very varied. What we saw from Snoot was extremely impressive against Jack G. And then finally wrapping things up with the TVT there. We saw quite a bit of that yesterday. And we saw shades and echoes of that today with, like, that last game, for example. And it really shows the importance of keeping those damn Reapers alive.
Yeah, what was a highlight, let's ask then, from today for you?
I think that Hellion build from Daishi was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even though I lost to it before, and now I saw another lose to it. And also, if you think about it, we've had a foreign Zerg take first place in the first 2 groups, and the Korean Terran following.
Yeah. You just bring all the brackets so we can have a look closer at that. It's been an interesting trend that we've seen so far.
Yeah, there's a bit of a trend here going. So, do you think going into the round of 8, those Zergs can carry through their momentum, and if they face Korean Terran second, imagine, actually this could happen. We could have Vortex versus Jack G and Snoot versus MA. Wouldn't that be sick after those results?
It's definitely possible.
It's the Korean Protoss that I'm looking at now, in terms of like trying to stumble these...
To come back and punish the Zergs and show them who's in charge of WCS Europe.
I'm sure you're quite happy with that idea.
Well, we need some Protoss guys coming through, and of course we do have Protoss to have tomorrow. We have 3 Protoss in each group coming into tomorrow and the day after. But so far, so good. We've had some very talented and very on-form players making their way through. We can't doubt. Vortex and Snoot seem to be on fire, and then we've got 2 little Terrans making their way through as well. Solid top 4 so far. Overall, solid.
Yeah, I would say so. From the 8 players that have played, the 4 that I've kind of anticipated going through have got their position, which is very nice to see. But then I think the next couple of groups are going to be quite difficult to predict, actually, compared to these 2.
Yeah, definitely think so. All right, well, thank you guys for joining me here, and awesome job, guys, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you. I was waiting for you to do that. Thank you. Claris, tell me I'm good. Thank you, Claris. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Red Eye, who's going to wrap up this show.
Thank you very much to all of the guys as well for all their hard work this evening. Kalaris has been struggling a little bit tonight with a cold, and I know Sean's full of cold as well. I've also got a cold. I don't know what's going on here at WCS. We're all cold, but we've definitely been warmed up this evening. It's a good job that Daishi doesn't play Protoss, otherwise he'd be known as the Wink Stalker. Come on, guys, play with me. It's late and you'll have to forgive me for the lame jokes, but we have had a fabulous night here at WCS Europe. It has been absolutely brilliant. The two players through this evening, as you've already found out, Snoot and Jack G. But Daishi, he put up a terrific fight. Thank you for watching. That's it for this evening.